Hi there, this is Dr. Dane Cunningham with Mother Goose Chiropractic, your friendly neighborhood pediatric chiropractor. I wanted to take a moment briefly and talk a little bit about probably the most common question we get asked in pediatric practice here at Mother Goose, and that is, why would a child need to see a chiropractor? It's a wonderful question, and most people, when they think chiropractic, they think back and neck pain. In reality, we are a neurologically focused office, and we are 50% pediatric. We also do a lot of pregnancy care and a lot of full families. So why would a baby, toddler, or a child need to see a chiropractor? Well, it's really that word neurology. That's where we come in. So if you look at how the body functions, how it grows, develops, adapts, and heals, the nervous system, the brain and the spine, that nervous system, the integrity of your nervous system is critical. So that's where the neurology comes in. We look at the brain and the spine and your nervous system really as an organ system. So for kiddos that are struggling, whether it's colicky babies or kiddos with ear infections, or 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10-year-olds with behavioral issues, or maybe they've been diagnosed with something, or not doing well in school, or just not performing the way that you want, the thing that we usually see is that there is stress and tension somewhere along the line in that spine that's affecting their developing brain and nervous system. So the reason we get babies checked after the birth process, which is one of our favorite things to do, or we'll meet a kiddo wherever they're at, whatever's going on with your child. Like I said, we see lots of toddlers, we see lots of kiddos, teens, and moms and dads as well. When we get their spine and nervous system assessed and checked, we're looking for areas of stress and tension in the nervous system, where joints have been jarred out of a normal, healthy position. That can happen through birth trauma, all those slips and falls, learning to walk and crawl, and roughhousing with siblings, time on the playground, but also poor postures and bad habits. Kiddos today are spending more time on screens and tablets than ever before, and that postural stress adds up. So it causes a condition we call subluxation. It's when those joints in the spine have been jarred out of a normal, healthy alignment. So why it's so important to get littles checked is if those joints are not moving properly, instead of charging the brain, a spine that is healthy and adjusted and moving properly, it actually charges the brain and helps with growth and development. But if the spine is irritated, swollen, or stuck and not moving properly, it irritates the nerves, and it actually sends negative signals to the brain and the cortex, kind of like static on your radio. And the brain will say, okay, I don't understand what's going on. Is there a threat? Is there a danger? And it turns on something we call the gas pedal. That's your stress system. That's your fight or flight system. And if those areas stay irritated and stuck for long enough, that gas pedal mode, that developing brain and nervous system, it'll get stuck on. That fight or flight will stay revved up and stay stuck. And that's what causes all these common pediatric conditions that we see, because if the brain is stuck in a stress mode, it doesn't really leave a whole lot of energy left over for growth and development, for hitting speech milestones and motor milestones and fighting off coughs, colds, and congestions. And all of a sudden, those things, that stress stays stuck, and those conditions manifest again and again, whether it's your third or fourth round of antibiotics, or the second time they get you called into school, you got to take them home early because they're misbehaving. Or a baby that just won't sleep through the night because they're colicky, gassy, fussy, constipated, whatever it is. Mother Goose Chiropractic is a neurologically focused office. We look first to the spine and the nervous system. And by assessing that system and getting a child safely, gently, and effectively checked and adjusted, it takes the pressure, it takes the stress off the system. And the brain says, and it's able to allocate all that energy back to healing, back to growth and development. And that's why the kiddos that we see thrive. So I hope that's helpful. But if your child is stuck or struggling, there's something going on that just, something's not right, and you don't like the answers that you've been told by other providers, we would love to take a look, see what's going on, top down, get that brain and nervous system dialed back to 100% so they can grow, develop, and thrive. It's what we love to do. And if we can be of help in any way, feel free to reach out.